God, it's been all of a week since I've done this, and normally I like to get out around about 2 videos per week. But this week, my fantastic cousin, also named James, got married over the weekend, and I didn't have a chance to film what I wanted, but massive congratulations to my cousin James. The wedding was fantastic. Anyway, welcome back to the RS6. This is the first drive video in this. When I say first drive, people who have watched the collection video are probably thinking, what are you talking about, man? You picked up the car and drove it out of the showroom. What I mean by first drive is, when a car has been ran in, when it's done its first few 100 miles, I will typically then be able to open it up and spank it for all it's worth. The sensitive issue with the RS6 is that even the first 2 hours of ownership of a brand new RS6 engine is imperative that you take your time and run it in steady. And then it's the first 500 miles, which are also meant to be taken very steady. And then 500 to 1,000, you can, use its power a bit and exploit its torque, but there's no sort of redlining or late braking or anything like that. So, the car is ran in. Do you know what? I've never expected the reaction to this car to be so popular. People seem to love it. The color sometimes, okay, take it or leave it. Fortunately, the majority of the color quotes online have been great. But just the general love for the RS6 generally has been amazing. And as you know, normally on this channel, it's often about supercars, but now we finally have a chance to run a regular daily, what I would call super wagon, super estate. I guess it depends on which side of the pond you're on. It's been great, so I'm really excited to share the adventures in this car, because from the comments I've seen, people are excited about this car. So, what's been happening so far? Well, as we speak, right this second, I'm about to have done 2,000 miles in the RS6. I've had it for just over 2 weeks, so when I say this thing's going to be a daily driver, evidence is right there. We are putting some serious miles on it. I actually drove to the wedding in it that I just mentioned, and despite me doing lots of daily drives in the RS6, it's the first example, it's the first time that I've used this car in exactly the kind of context that I expected. We packed this thing, full of a few days worth of clothes, and of course, with us going to a wedding, the lady liked to pack a lot more clothes than we actually needed. So it was a great opportunity to do exactly what this thing was designed for. It was packed to the hilt, boot was full, we had bags on the back, we had shoes stuffed down in the footwell. I also brought my camera, laptop, and all of my editing gear, because you never know, and the wedding was also near Goodwood, and this thing just took it all, and there was also room to spare as well. But the exciting bit is, we did all of that in something that is just mind-warpingly capable for the nature of the car that it is. Now, let's just take a step back 1 second and just go through what this thing is. So, it's the V8 engine out of the original R8. That's its sort of base. Obviously, the engine's been reworked since then, and they've gone and slapped on big-ass turbos. And what this has given us in the RS6 Performance is 605 brake horsepower and enough torque to just twist your ears off. When you put your foot down in this, and you can be 5 people sat in this car, bags full, on your way down some lovely country lanes, and it is as composed as it is when it's empty. You can just floor it, and the performance is exactly the same. It doesn't bat an eyelid. And what's really impressive is that swell of torque is available pretty much all of the time. Now, the engine characteristics, naturally, with it being a turbocharged car, there is some lag. I've been a bit spoiled lately, because the turbocharged car that I've been driving around in has been a 675 LT, and there is virtually no lag in that thing at all. But that car also weighs, 1,300 and something kilograms, whereas this thing's around about 1,800. And considering it has that much weight and this much practicality, I was having a chat with friends about this, and we were saying, you know, if you could have one